The truth is, I have loved you from the moment our paths crossed. Time just couldn't have prepared me for the depth of what I felt. In the quiet corners of my heart, I've loved you since day one. I simply wasn't brave enough to say it out loud. I've kept this love for you hidden, but every day my heart speaks to you, silently and deeply. It's always been you. From the first glance to this very moment, you've lived in the deepest parts of my soul. I knew from the very first moment, even before I told you, that there was something beautiful between us. My heart has always known you, even if my words couldn't catch up. I've loved you more than words could ever express, even when I kept quiet and pretended I didn't. You were the one my heart had chosen before I ever knew it. I've loved you from the first day. I just didn't know how to say it. All this time, I've loved you in ways that words can't explain. But now, my heart can no longer stay silent. From the first moment we met, you unknowingly captured my heart, and though I didn't tell you, it was always there. I never spoke of it, but my heart has whispered your name since the very beginning. I fell for you the first time our eyes met, even if I never had the courage to admit it. You've been the constant in my thoughts, the love I've kept hidden and treasured from day one. I may not have said it, but you've always been my first thought, and the last one too. From the moment we met, you became a part of me. I've loved you quietly, but it's always been real. Sometimes the deepest love is the one you keep hidden, waiting for the right time to show. My love for you began the first time our worlds collided, even though I didn't have the courage to let you know. I've loved you in silence, my heart full of words I couldn't express, but it's always been you. In the moments I didn't speak, I was still loving you with every beat of my heart. You've lived inside my thoughts since day one. Even when I didn't tell you, my heart knew the truth. I've loved you from the very first glance, and every day since, I've fallen deeper, silently. You never knew, but I've carried you with me in every moment, in every thought. You were the first person my heart ever knew. It's always been you, even when I stayed quiet. From the moment I met you, something inside me knew. I've loved you all along in my own silent way. Every day without telling you felt like a promise I made to my heart. But now it's time to speak the truth. Though I never said a word, I loved you with everything I had, silently from the very first moment. I've loved you quietly for longer than you can imagine. But now the silence is breaking. My love for you didn't need words to be real. It was always there, from the first day we met. Even in the quiet moments, my heart knew that I was always yours from the first glance. I've loved you in my thoughts and dreams, even when I couldn't find the words to say it. I didn't tell you, but from the very first moment, I felt like I knew you in the most intimate way. The love I have for you began long before I had the courage to admit it. It's always been there, quietly growing. I've loved you since the first time our eyes met, but I kept it hidden in the deepest part of me. No matter how long it took me to say it, I've loved you from the very first day, and I always will. From the beginning, it was you. I didn't say it then, but you've always been the one I've held in my heart. My feelings for you have always been constant, silent but strong, since the very first moment we met. The words were hard to find, but my love for you was always clear, always real. You were the one who captured my heart silently before I ever knew how to speak of it. I have loved you since the first day, and every day since then, I've fallen deeper into this unspoken love. It's not the words I've never said that matter, but the love that has been present from the very first moment. You've always been the one my heart was meant for, even if I couldn't find the courage to tell you. Since the very first time our paths crossed, I've carried you with me, silently, always loving you. I didn't know how to say it, but I've loved you from the first moment we shared. My love for you has been a quiet, steady presence in my life from the very first day. You were always the one my heart longed for, even before I knew how to express it. In the silence, I've loved you more deeply than words could ever capture. I've loved you since the first day, but it took me time to understand that love fully. I've kept my feelings hidden, but you've always been the one I've loved, silently and deeply. Even when I didn't say it, my heart knew. I've loved you since the very first day. You were the secret my heart kept safe, the love I silently held on to from the start.